Functions. Exam preparation examples, part 1. You can find the basics of functions in the mathematics textbook y equals mx plus c to success, the grade 10-11 one, part 1, from page 226 to page 235. In the textbook, you will see that this is the function's name, fx. This is then the input, what I put into x. And if I substitute it, you have to calculate the output after you substitute it. All these notations are equal. So instead of writing in the place of y, they write fx. But they can also write it like this, f double point x and an arrow. But you are always welcome to rewrite it in this form, fx. Okay, if as soon as you see a small little -1 there, it means the inverse function. Okay, and then composite functions, gfx means you must take fx and substitute it in g. Okay, let's look at an example. Can you hear the rain? So lovely. Okay, so let's look at example number 1. fx equals 5 minus 2x, and gx, it's another function, equals x squared plus 8. Now, calculate f negative 3. So, in the case, I will start always from the back. So, I will first calculate f negative 3. So, f negative 3, then it's 5 minus 2. I put the negative 3, and it's 5 plus 6, and it's 11. And now, I'm going to substitute f11. So, it's 5 minus 2, 11. So, it's 5 minus 22, and that's negative 17. I can end by just saying, therefore, f negative 3 equals negative 17. Okay, let's look at number B, the first one, g2x. Now I will go to the g function. So this is my g function. Let me just rewrite it to you. Okay, so basically, I will now just go, and in the place of x, I will substitute 2x squared plus 8. So this is going to be 4x squared plus 8. And I cannot simplify it further, so you just leave it as that expression. Okay. And now the composite function. Now remember that we start from the back. So it's meaning we're going to take f and we're going to substitute it in g. So we're going to take f and substitute it in g in the place of x. Okay, so it's going to be 5 minus 2x and then squared plus 8. And can I just show you, if it's 5 minus, then you're just going to algebra. Okay, now you can do the long way. I'm just going to show you first the long way. So it's 5 times 5, it's 25. 5 times this is negative 10x plus 4x squared. And this is my like terms. So it's 25 minus 20x plus 4x squared. And that's what I substitute there. And then plus 8. And now I'm just going to, okay, before I go on, you could have done the short way, is where I square the first one. Can I just put another color? So I square the first one, so it's 25. Then I multiply the 2 with each other. So 5 multiply negative 2x is negative 10x, and then I multiply by 2. So it's negative 20x. And then I square again. So negative 2x times negative 2x, and that's 4x squared. Okay, and that's my answer. So basically, and then I'm just going to say 25 plus 8 and 33, and I just rewrite, and that's my final answer. And now I go for the last one, and the last one is the inverse function. Very easy. Do the 3 steps. In the first time, in the place of fx, you substitute a y. And now you interchange. Where you see a y, you make it a x, and where you see a x, you make it a y. And now you make y again the subject of the formula. So take that term over. So there, take that term over. Divide 2, divide 2. And don't forget that negative, that new y is f minus 1x. That is my new y. Okay, and that's my inverse function. Okay, what do I want you to do? I want you to stop the video and I want you to do try now 1. You can continue the video as soon as you are finished. Okay, very basic. So let's start with the first one. Try now 1. Okay. The first one, I prefer writing down the functions myself. Then it's easier to connect to it or see it in front of me. So it's going to be gx. Usually I write it next to each other. It's just that I'm afraid my space will not be enough there because it's free. And then it's 15 minus x squared. Okay, let's start with the first one, number A. Then it's f2. So basically, in the place, I start from the back. Okay, so that's what I want. So I start by saying I'm just going to clean this. Okay, sorry. Okay. So start by saying f2. And now in the place, I'm going to substitute. So 7 minus 2, and that's going to be 5. And now I substitute f5, and that's going to be 7 minus 5, and my answer will be 2. So therefore, f2 will be equal to 2, my final answer. Okay, let's go to number B. Find GF in the simplest form. GFX. Okay, now I'm just going to show you. So start from the back. So I'm going to take F and I'm going to throw it in G there. So basically, you can just focus here on the yellow. So it's 4 and then the bracket 7 minus x plus 2. And that's going to be 28 minus 4x plus 2. And that is going to be 30 minus 4x. Okay, excellent. And now the last one, number C. Find h2x in its simplest form. So basically, I'm just going to h, and now I'm just going to get for my 2x, and I square, and it's going to be 15 minus 4x squared. And that's going to be my final answer. Okay, I have a last one for you in this video, which I want you to try. Let's look at example 2. I want you again to stop the video, to try example 2, and then as soon as you are finished, you can continue the video. Okay, let's start by writing down the two functions. So fx is equal to 3 over x plus 2. Now, what does this mean? This is actually just saying that if it's negative 2, then negative 2 plus 2 will be 0, and 3 divided by 0 is undefined. Okay, so it's almost, they just must mention it, but it's not going to have an influence on your calculations. Okay, so, and then the other one, gx, and that is going to be 8x minus 5. Okay, let's start with number A. Now, number A is actually going to G, so it's going to be G a quarter. So don't be afraid of fractions. You can even use your fraction key on your calculator. So it's a quarter minus 5, but that's very easy because 8 divided by 4, and it's 2 minus 5, and then the answer in this case is going to be negative 3. Okay. The next one. If I look at number B, now I'm at F. So number B, then it's F2. So let's start by the back. So we're first going to substitute F2. So it's 3 and it's 2 plus 2, and that's going to be 3/4. quarters. Okay, so I'm with a fraction again here. But now I'm going to substitute 3/4 in, and now it's in the fraction, so it's 3/4 plus 2. And that is going to be giving me 3 divide 2 and 3/4. Now, you can do it without a calculator. I can show you. So you can, I will just say it's 3 over 1, and it's 8, 9, 10, it's 11 over 4. And then I multiply with the reciprocal, which is 4 over 11. And that's 12 over 11. And I can leave it like that, or say 1 and 1 over 11. But you can just you have a calculator. If your calculator is having the ABC function, then just press 3, divide 2, ABC 3, ABC 4 equals, and it will already give you 1/1, 11, which is meaning 1 and 1 over 11. Doesn't matter. But this is also correct. Okay. Let's go to the next one. The next one, it's with G again. I'm just going to make space. Okay. So if I'm G, I'm just going to keep to my blue. So this is C. So it's GGX. Now, a good thing is if you rewrite the function 2 times. Okay, I have it once, and I'm just repeating it. Now, it's just saying I'm taking G and I throw it in G again in the place of X. So what do I get? I have G, okay, let me just write it down. GX, and that is going to be 8, and then 8x minus 5 minus 5. And that's 64x minus 40 minus 5. So it's going to be 64x minus 45. Okay, and that is going to be my final answer. And then I'm going to look at number D. Now number D is still with G. So it's the inverse. Okay, and how do I do? I first write down G, and it's 8x minus 5. And then step 1, in the place of gx, I make a y. Step 2, where I see a y, I make it a x. And where I see a x, I make it a y. And then step 3, make y again the subject of the formula. So it's going to be 8 plus, x, x plus 5, I'm focusing on the 8. Okay, so I bring it over and I divide by 8 and I divide by 8. And I get y is equal to x plus 5 over 8. Okay, and then don't forget to end. Very nice, because that one must be g minus 1. And I swap the sides, and it's going to be x plus 5 over 8. And that's going to be my final answer. Okay, and let's do the last one. I'm going to make nice space for it. Now, this is making use of both functions. Testing algebra also a little bit. Okay, so because functions is like an equation, do you see? So I'm doing the final one, and that's number E, and it's saying gx minus fx. Okay, so let's just write it down. So it's 8x minus 5 minus 3 over x plus 2. Okay, so it's almost like a fraction. Do you see that? So let's just put the equal there. So I put it over 1 and I put it over 1. And there is my lowest common multiple. So my lowest common multiple is going to be x plus 2. So I'm going to multiply here with x plus 2, x plus 2, x plus 2, x plus 2. So basically, I'm going to get 8x, x plus 2 minus 5, x plus 2 minus 3 over x plus 2. And if I simplify this, this is going to be 8x squared plus, this is going to be 16x minus 5x minus 10 minus 3 over x plus 2. So that is going to be 8x squared, and then it's going to be, I just want to see quickly, so this was the square, 16 minus 5, okay, plus 16 minus 5, so that's going to be 11x minus 13 over x plus 2. And that is going to be my final answer. Okay, in the next video, I continue with example 2. A final note. Most of the videos on this channel feature examples from the Y equals mx plus c to success mathematics books. Try your best to purchase your own hard copy from one of the following bookshops. This will enable you to highlight and make personal notes in your own textbook. And remember, the only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. Best of luck.